Hi, this is Ken Okel with Help with Video. We've known each other for a little while, and I think we're at the point where we can have a mature discussion about the M word. Yes, the M word. Which in our case, the M word stands for makeup. Video is a visual medium. And for some of us, we're going to need to put on a little bit of makeup to make sure that we look the best. I wore it when I worked in television news. I still put a little bit on today. Here's the reason why. I have oily skin. It's not something you notice much when you're talking to me in everyday life, but when the camera's on me and the lights are on me, you kind of start to see that T-zone where I have a little bit of a shine. That can be a little distracting to people, or maybe there's a little blemish or some other imperfection that I have on my face. Makeup will help take care of that. Now for some of you out there, you're really used to makeup, it's not a problem. For some of the gentlemen, or perhaps some of the ladies out there who aren't sure, let me give you an idea of some things you can do. Now first of all, if you're just like, I am not wearing any makeup, here's something you can do. Have a little towel. Right before you go on, I want you to kind of wipe down your face. We're taking off moisture that's, really just above the skin level. So you can do some stuff to improve it. As you can see, looks a little bit better. But if I'm going to be talking for a while under the lights, I'm going to start sweating some more. So it kind of is a temporary solution, but I understand. Some people may just be like, no way, no makeup. I understand. Now, what I often do for these types of presentations, I use a little bit of pressed powder. You can pick this up at a drugstore. This is what I usually do. I go into the drugstore. I go into the makeup section. I look for someone who has okay makeup. If they look like a clown, I don't want to talk to them. Anyway, I will approach them. I'll explain that, hey, I'm trying to get some pressed powder for my features. Would they mind telling me if they think the shade that I have matches the shade of my skin? Sometimes it can be hard to tell. They'll say yes or no. We may have a little giggle. If I'm not sure if I like their answer, I can always ask someone else, get a second opinion. Now, you may have more experience with makeup, so this will be no problem. So I'm not buying the expensive stuff. I could go to a makeup counter and have them help me out. I did a little bit more of that with TV, but for a lot of the stuff we're doing with this type of video, simple pressed powder will get the job done. So just take the powder. This is the demonstration portion. I'm looking into the camera so I can see exactly where to put it. Just put a little bit of that pressed powder on. You can hardly even see it on my skin. Make sure to get that T-zone. Just kind of wipe it over. And then I'm done. Now, huge difference? Not necessarily, and I could probably walk around and people wouldn't even know that I had makeup on. But when you have those bright studio lights on you, you don't want to have that shine. That is a distraction which will make you look a little more amateur hour, and it may keep people from getting your message. So, I want you to get comfortable with the M word. Makeup can be your friend. Okay, that's all the time we have for this tip. But we have a lot more of them. Go to helpwithvideo.com. That's where you can find out in the blog all these other tips that I do. We put one out every Wednesday. Another place I want you to check out, the equipment page, because if you're getting started with video and you don't know what to do or what to buy, go to that page because I have a lot of suggestions on there for products I've used. Things are always changing, so I encourage you to do some research on your own, but this gives you that good starting point where you can start to see what do you need, what might you get down the road. Biggest things, I don't want you to overbuy. Get the stuff you need. You can always upgrade at a later time. Finally, if you have a question for a future episode of this series, I want you to go back to that Help with Video page. At the bottom of the page, you'll see a section that says Record a Question. So you can click on that through your computer's microphone. You can record a short question for me. I'll get it via email, and I'll answer it on a future episode. Very simple. Okay, final thing about makeup. As soon as I'm done, I'm taking this all off. I want to get back to my natural face. My pores really don't like makeup that much, but I understand using it is a necessary sacrifice to look good on camera. Okay, I'm Ken Okel. Take care.